My inspiration for this career is my ongoing and ever evolving dream of being in this industry, making a difference, and changing people's life through the art. That is my passion. It's what I didn't have a plan B. I mean, I've sort of told people that I had a plan B, but I never really did have a plan B. This was always going to be my life's work. It may evolve more into producing, it will evolve more into producing and storytelling, because that's what I want to do. I want to tell our stories.
Hello, Gina Torres. My name is Dr. Fatu Gittens, and I'm the Artistic Director for Girl Be Heard. It is a pleasure to be here today, to be able to speak with you. And the company members that are here are excited about asking you some questions and speaking with you today. So I'm going to pass the mic to them, and they are going to introduce themselves and begin the conversation.
Fantastic.
Hi, good afternoon. My name's Alyssa. I'm 23. I am an active performer for Girl Be Heard, and I'm a teaching artist, and I'm from the Bronx.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hi, I'm Bree. I'm 17. I'm from Anguilla, and I'm an aspiring journalist and lawyer.
Wow. Hi, Bree. That's exciting.
Hi, I'm Kai. I'm 16, and I'm an aspiring poet and a writer. I'm from Bed-Stuy. Hi, my name is China Holder. I'm 21. I'm from Park Slope, Brooklyn, New York. I'm currently a fourth year at NYU Tisch School of the Arts, aspiring to be a dancer, actress, and singer.
Hi, Gina. My name is Nicole. I'm 20 years old. I'm originally from Yonkers, New York, and I'm also attend a junior at NYU Tisch School of the Arts, and I'm very inspired by your work as an Afro-Latina aspiring actress.
Thank you. I'm inspired by all of you already.
So, before we get into our interview with you, I just wanted to give you a little synopsis about all the work that we do at Girl Be Heard. We are a nonprofit organization, and we specialize in socially conscious theater. We work with the youth. You get to share messages that are important to you using your art.
Fantastic.
Without further ado, I actually had a question for you. How has your sense of identity and awareness of your Black and Afro-Latino audience affected the way you portray certain roles?
For quite some time, when you're starting off, when you're starting your career, your focus is to work. You just want to work. And an awareness of my audience didn't come until much, much, much later. There wasn't social media when I started, so that really didn't come until my 30s, when I started to do, well, in late 20s, when I started to do conventions, because that was usually the best way for fans to get to you, to see you, and you go to a Comic-Con, because I was pretty much involved in fantasy and sci-fi, and I would start seeing younger women who who looked like me, who were inspired by me, who had seen, who said things like, for going early on in my career, like, I saw you on Xena, and you're the first person on Xena that looked like me. And then I saw your last name, and I went, oh my God, is she Latina? it was in that moment where all that energy, that the years, decades of energy that I was putting out into sort of this black hole, right? Like that ripple in the wave kept sort of getting bigger, and then started coming back towards me. And it's incredibly exciting. I still can't say that I choose a role because I'm thinking consciously of how that will affect my community. What I do consciously is make sure that I do my absolute best in whatever it is that I'm doing. And that is something that will always reflect positively. And it's always a positive wave.
I would also like to ask a question. Over the course of your years, you worked in the industry. Have you felt that it's a more of a male-dominated field than a woman's? And if so, do you feel any changes or a balance, especially in the women's leading roles? Has there been a balance?
It's definitely male dominated. Without question. It is a male dominated role. Industries. There were very few people of color in the writing rooms. There were very few women in the writers' rooms. Directors, I mean, all the way down the line, right? So that just filters all the way down. Thankfully, yes, that is changing. Not at the speed and degree to which I would like it to change, to see it change, but it is absolutely changing, and it starts from the ground up. It's really not enough, although it's what we see in front of the camera. It's not enough that we're in front of the camera. We have to be behind it. We have to be writing our own stories. We have to take ownership of our stories and our spaces, as directors, as writers, as producers. And that's where the real change happens, because that's where the authenticity comes in. And when you have authenticity, then you have more of an opportunity to reach a broader base of people. Because when you're telling the truth of yourself, that's what gives people a way in. That's what gives them a window in, because they see more, they're able to see more of themselves.
And I had a question about how such a high achieved actress as yourself finds ways to relax and rid yourself of anxiety before performance, if you have any, in such a pressuring industry.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm still working on that. That is a daily practice. That really is. And some days it looks like well, I'm a little bit of a gym rat. So, I'll start with that. That is something that started very early on. It started in my 20s, where I wanted to be strong. It had nothing to do with weight. It had nothing to do with feeling like I had to get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. It was really about, I wanted to be strong. Like, I wanted to be able to do 20 push-ups or 30 push-ups. I wanted to feel like I could conquer the world and get up in the morning, right? And so that's where my love of fitness and well-being was born of, really, of just wanting to be strong. And it served me, because I started, for a good 10 years of my life, I did a lot of action. So that became part of my other philosophy in terms of like working and staying in the game was, be ready, stay ready. Just be ready, stay ready, because there are a lot of people that go, oh, this role's coming up. And then they go, and they exhaust themselves for 3 weeks to get in that costume, to get into that thing, to make it happen. And then they live a sloth-like existence until the next thing comes along. But if you keep your body in tuned, because it's your instrument, right? I mean, those of us that are in the arts, and if you sing, which I started off singing as well, you understand that it's all connected and it's your instrument, and this is what you have. This is all you have. So that's part of my meditation. And sometimes it's just doing nothing. just being still, listening to the birds, reading a book, cooking. I love to cook. I was brought up in a household where my mother cooked. I cook, making my favorite dishes. It's those little things that connect you to who you are.
What's your favorite dish?
God, well,
yeah.
I made ropa vieja the other day. I make a killer black bean soup. Frijoles negros. Yeah, I make a killer frijoles negros. I make a great flan. I think I heard Gloria Estefan said years ago, like they asked her what her death row final meal would be, and it was the same as mine. It's that Christmas feast, right? Lechon asado, with mojo and black beans and like that's yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I also love me a good Christmas feast. So a part of my question in relation to your identity as an Afro-Latina in the industry, I'm wondering if how that has empowered you as an actress, and if there's been any ways that you really felt you've been able to use that as an actress.
It empowers me because it's who I am.
Right.
It's part of the it's part of my soul. It's part of my engine. So I think of my parents. I think of the sacrifices that they made. I think of my family, my ancestors. They drive me. They keep pushing me towards the next level of us, of you, right? It makes me so happy and a little emotional to see you all.
Thank you for that. I've read that you are much respected by co-stars and the audiences for taking up a variety of unconventional roles and doing perfect justice to your portrayal of complicated characters. So my question is, when you take such an intriguing character as your role, how do you transform into the person that helps audiences feel any emotion that you grant to them?
Well, it always starts with the words. It always starts with the script. Reading the script over and over again, finding the parts that you most deeply connect with. You always start with, that's a human being. What is it that human wants in these 60 pages, in these 110 pages? What is the goal of that spirit, of that soul within this time frame? And so I start there, and then I start layering, what the circumstances are, and not be concerned about whether or not that person is likable. That should be the least of your worries. You're going to play a great variety of people in your life, and some of them are not going to be nice. If you're lucky, they're not going to be nice. They're going to be villainous. They're going to be horrible. That's going to help you stretch. It's going to make you rethink why people do the things that they do, because at our best, we're mirrors. We're mirrors of humanity. And we are at our best when we can show people what it's like to be in this person's shoes. And the greatest gift that we can give is the gift of compassion, the gift of understanding.